You are looking live at the pre-game party here in Lubbock, Texas for the glorious home opener. There's been 3 games, and we finally get to put on our home reds, actually home turquoises, and celebrate the home opener of the Matadors. I'm Dylan Wynn for Caleb Lester. Caleb, how are you doing?
Oh, it's great to be here, man. You know, it's been a long 2 weeks. It's been a long 3 road games. It's been 1,900 miles that the team has had to travel here, and we're finally about playing a home game.
We are finally able to have the home game. As you saw on that pregame camera, we've got a loaded tailgate right here. People are walking around having a great time on this beautiful Friday evening. By the way, speaking of how beautiful it is, it's a high of 80, low of 62. It does not feel like it's 80 out here.
No.
And we are in open wind right now because our canopy kind of up and flew away. Hey, what can you do? What can you do? It's how it happens. High of 80, low of 62, 25% chance of showers, but all these clouds do not speak showers to me. These are all just normal clouds up here at the moment. 62% humidity, but the UV index of 10. It's going to be a tough match for these players.
Not a great tanning
Not a great tanning day indeed. But first things first, we got to address some of the rumors here. Evan Howard, is he gone? That's the rumor.
Yeah, I mean, he signed for a new college. We knew he was transferring to Southern Illinois University, but there's been reports about playing time. And look, our striker position is stacked.
Yes.
And when that comes, some players are going to, complain about playing time, especially when you're coming here during the summer. These players chose to come here. And you're not getting the play time you want, you're going to leave. So we wish them all the best. We don't know if it's exactly been is confirmed, but it's how the dice rolls.
Yep, that's exactly how the dice rolls here. And we're just going to have to recuperate, redo it. How many strikers do we have? I mean, like 4
off
or
the top
5?
of my head, Fabian. But when Evan was still here, it was Fabian, Evan, Jamal, and I believe Bryce Closson can be confirmed as a striker. And
yes,
then, of course,
we have 4.
Of course, you have other, like Momo could easily play as a striker as well. So, I mean, that position was really deep. It sucks to see, a returner like Evan go, but it's how it rolls.
That's just how it rolls here, and no worries there. That's no big deal. Matadors taking on Arkansas, and let's first off talk about the previous last 2 games here. First things first, though, Oklahoma United, the top team in the table, defeating Fort Worth 2-1 in Oklahoma. One of their first home games, I want to say. It was a fun one, it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, they pulled a really good crowd, pulling 7,000 in Oklahoma. Obviously, it's a really big city, Oklahoma City, but it was still a really good game. It was finished 2-1. I mean, there was a penalty in the last, I think it was 10 minutes, and then Oklahoma goes up the field and scores in front of that crowd.
Yeah.
It's what we love about this conference, the amount of that. We thought Fort Worth was going to be finishing lower down the table and Arkansas higher, but those 2 teams are still able to go and compete. The amount of parity in this conference just keeps proving to be true.
Absolutely. And speaking of parity, I mean, look, Arkansas Wolves was in Fort Worth last night. They lose to the Vaqueros 2-1, and they're here tonight on a 2-day back-to-back fight in Texas. What are your thoughts on that one?
Playing back-to-back sucks. I mean, they played everybody on their bench. They tried to rotate, and they did rotate really well. Their goalkeeper did get hurt in the start of the match. We'll have to see if he's playing today. We haven't seen the starting 11 yet. Obviously, we're starting the show a bit sooner, so we don't usually have the starting 11. But it's going to be really interesting how they rested. I'm assuming they drove up today. I would assume they slept in Fort Worth last night, drove up here this morning, got in their hotel, play here tonight, sleep here, go home.
Get some practice in, something like that. But,
I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, Lubbock did that close to that last week, but at least we had a day in between. But, I think it's a 5-hour drive from Little Rock to Fort Worth, and then Fort Worth to Lubbock is 4 or 5.
4 or 5 hours, around 5 or so.
I mean, that's a tough one on your body.
Yep, absolutely, for these athletes. So I feel for them as well. And we did hear Dustin come on the Rockin' pregame. Shout out Sean Dillon. He came on. He was like, we want to show them the best hospitality we can offer here. So hopefully our facilities are a little bit better than what they have in Arkansas.
I don't really care about the facilities. I want them to see what a good stream looks like.
And a good crowd, indeed, as well.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit in reverse order here. Let's talk a little bit about next week's games here. Arkansas hosting CF10 Houston in North Little Rock Wednesday, June 4th.
I mean, it's another short trip for them. I mean, you're having to go to Lubbock, and now they finally get to go home. They get to play a game against CF10 Houston. It's a long away day for CF10 Houston. I do think Arkansas will eventually get to our actual scores out of that, but I think Arkansas will prove that they just need to settle down. Maybe even we hyped them up a little bit too much after that win versus Brownsville, and they've kind of gotten a reality check of what this conference is. But I think CF10 Houston is a good spot for them to reset themselves.
And there could be a chance there that CF10 Houston could get an upset as well. We will see. We will see indeed, especially after tonight's matchup. And let's talk about tonight's games here. 2 games tonight. Our game is at 7:30 against Arkansas. The other game, Brownsville hosting West Texas FC, kicks at 7 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, another battle for playoffs, right? You know, I had them both finishing in I had Brownsville finishing second, West Texas finishing fourth. But we'll see. I mean, that's going to be a really hard game. West Texas having to make almost the same trip we did. We obviously see how Brownsville likes to play at home. They like to play really well. It'll be good to see how West Texas plays against that when we play them next weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do our predictions here for at least for that Brownsville game. Who do you think it's going to go on top?
I think it will be a 2-1 Brownsville victory. I think Brownsville just has a little too much edge to them over a very young West Texas side with a bit of an inexperienced coach. I could tell you exactly how this game is going to go. Brownsville is going to go 1-0 up, and they're just going to keep smashing into them. And I don't think West Texas is going to be able to cope with it. And I think that Pyre will just pressure on and pressure and pressure and pressure, then they'll break again.
As much as I want to see West Texas be better, I mean, I'm rooting for Meteor in this game. Give me Brownsville as well as for 2-1 here. I think Brownsville can definitely seal it. Get one shot early like they did against our game, like they did against, I believe, Arkansas.
Yes.
Get one in the first 10 minutes, coast from there. Maybe West Texas gets one, and then they get 1 or 2 in the second half. I think that's totally doable. Now, we're going to leave our show predictions for our match here at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Let's talk a little bit about this Arkansas side, but before we do, shout out and thank you to our sponsor, Lubbock Title and Abstract and Title. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring the Mozos this season. You're helping out a ton. I mean, we got so much smoke, TIFO, everything. Tell us a little bit more about that, Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the financials of this are not, people think, you know, it's very low cost. No, we actually have to spend a bit of money. And, you know, when companies like that, especially members of our organization's company come and sponsor that, they really have a good idea of what we spend. There will be an actual thing for them today. One of our people have been working on a banner for them, so you'll see that in the stadium. Please check them out if you are looking, you know, to sign a lease, do anything like that. I was very unlucky to not have the chance to do that. Again, my process was really tough, and I promise you if I would have done it with a Cam, would have been done like that.
Fun. Absolutely.
Well, like that.
Absolutely. And if you are interested in sponsoring the Mozos, come and check us out. Even if you are a fan, everybody's a Mozo. Come on out and check us out. Go to mozos.org. We just opened a shop as well. We're going to get that added to the website as well.
It will be soon. I've been working on merch for about 3 months, and it's been nonstop. It's been more on the back end stuff for us, but that will be coming out very soon. And all that money goes to the Mozos. It goes to supplying TIFOs just to make your game that little bit better.
Yes, and the best part about being live here, we had 2 people just come up and scan the QR code on the monitor. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I mean, all right, first things first, Arkansas Wolves last game lost 2-1 last night in Fort Worth. Osanyu Gue is their top goal scorer. They only have 3 goals scored, I believe, in the entire league so far.
Yeah, I don't have the exact stat, but it was a big one talking point for that Fort Worth commentary team there that they hadn't scored or they hadn't had an open play goal since their UPSL started the season. Or that very first goal they scored in the NPSL season. They had a UPSL game after that.
Yeah.
But so because they scored a penalty to go 2-1 up in Brownsville and then hadn't scored since.
Yeah. So, that's a little tough.
But they get one in the break of play there in in Fort Worth. But Fort Worth gets 2 really good goals. I mean, I don't know if you got a chance to watch that game last night. That second one was a bit funny. I mean, guy completely goes through and misses the kick.
Yeah.
But we'll call it a dummy, you know.
We'll call it that. Absolutely.
But coming off of a short trip like that, you got to think of that loss is playing in their head. They were in that game a majority of the game. And now they have to come here to a crowd that's expected.
Hostile environment.
A hostile environment that's expected to be in its, 6,000-7,000s today. I mean, you got to wonder what's going through their head, right?
Large loaded crowd. Everybody's getting ready out here at the tailgate. Look, another guy you're going to have to look out for Arkansas, Kareem Diaw. He is the only other goal scorer for the Wolves, scoring against Brownsville. They're, again, 2-day back-to-back trip, going back to home to play CF10 Houston on the 4th. So we will see what's going on there. By the way, Shin I'll give you a little stroke of the cap there. There you go. There you go. Enjoy that one.
Not Mozos merch yet.
Not Mozos merch yet, but we do have a Mozos on the side here.
We beat them to the dad cap.
We beat them to the dad cap. I'm happy about my turnaround there because I've been telling the Matadors, hey, you got to get dad caps in before season opener.
Peak. They are peak.
They are peak. They are amazing. Arkansas's potential starting 11, you got Stefano Chaga Silva, Daniel Chacon, Osei Oguye, David Opry, Brian Burkett, Ilian Stoher, 2 other subs. We've got a new sub recently that I saw on their lineup as well, but a very, very lean setup here for them.
Yeah, they only had 4 subs in that game versus Fort Worth, and they had to use one of them on their goalkeeper, Harrison, who had to come out very early on. Luckily, he walked off the field, but it was one of those things where like they blew the whistle, and he immediately ran and hobbled off the field, and they had to bring in their 6'7" goalkeeper, who even though he's very big, just couldn't keep the ball out of his net that night.
Yeah.
But the experience of Robert Harrison, who's been in that team for a minute, a year ago, if he's not playing tonight, that's experience you're going to miss.
That is experience you're going to miss
especially then, if you only have 4 substitutes, I mean, this Lubbock team will run you ragged.
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe that's the game plan for Lubbock today. You look at their bench and go, it's really light. Let's just, I'm bringing the term here.
You got it. You got it.
Do I? War of attrition.
War of attrition.
War
there
of attrition.
You go. Okay.
I mean,
you're looking at me like I know.
like,
I'm like, I've got no idea.
I was getting there. It's been a long day, man.
It's been a tough day.
We've been out here since 3 o'clock getting this set up. So
3 o'clock getting everything set up. I mean, yeah. Look, the vibe is amazing.
The vibe is here.
They're playing Since You've Been Gone on the speakers out here. They're playing the White Girl Bangers.
The White Girl Bangers are out today.
Bangers. We got the Mozos tent as well out there. Actually, I'm going to cut to that real quick. I mean,
yeah.
Let's take a look at the lads. Hey, it's the lads. Look at the lads.
The good group out today. It's going to be a really good crowd today. I mean, this could be one of the first times we actually use the other side of the stadium, which is going to be so amazing to be able to see the front half, and then you cut to the camera, and more of our fans are going to be back there.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that I forgot to mention, the league table. Let's take a look at the league table here. Oklahoma and Lubbock tied 1 and 2. We need to get that goal differential up to take over the top of the league standings.
Yeah, again, I mean, Oklahoma, like, let's be honest, playing a very easy schedule coming to this. 2 games against Fort Worth, and then 1 against West Texas, who's been kind of leaky this year in terms of their defense. But so their goal difference is really high, but they are still proving their attacking output is amazing.
Yeah.
Diallo, their striker, has just been playing brilliantly through these last 3 games. And I'm telling you, that away game against Oklahoma is going to be electric.
It's going to be great. I'm going out there. Are you going out? Will we be able to do a live show from Oklahoma?
Be kind of peak.
That would be very peak.
Dude, I'm going into their stadium and then setting up our setup.
Setting up our setup in the parking lot, having a good stream. I think that would be amazing. We got to try it at least.
Because I promise you, I hope so much that it's Lubbock 1, Oklahoma 2. Yeah. So then we could hopefully get a MPSL Lone Star Conference final in front of those 2
Yes.
things.
In front of them, yeah.
Oklahoma pulling 7,000, us hopefully pulling 7,000 tonight. I mean,
I believe it's the 2 clubs that are doing a lot on the fan side. And then in that second, like, S tier is us, Oklahoma. A tier, still doing a really good job, in my opinion, with what they have. West Texas, Brownsville, I think they're doing a great job. Kind of everybody else is below that.
I wouldn't even put Brownsville in A tier. I think Fort Worth, despite their, their on-field troubles, I think their off-field has been really good.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, I think they're up there too.
Right
yeah,
there.
I think that's totally fair. I mean, they've been around for what, 10, 15 years now?
They've been around a long time.
Around 10 years. So, I mean, there's something cooking there in not Brownsville, in Fort Worth.
Cowtown.
As well, in Cowtown. Lubbock, of course, number 2. West Texas, number 3. Fort Worth, 4th in the standings after defeating Arkansas. And Arkansas and Fort Worth have been flipping back and forth. Now they won't have to play each other for the rest of the season. So that's good for them.
Well, I mean, it was really good for Fort Worth to go to Arkansas, get a 3-0 win. They kind of left it late with that one.
Yep.
But they got it. And then to come back to their place, and get another win. I mean, that's a 6-pointer right there. And I mean, results like that are what put you in the playoffs. So you just got to keep piling on that pressure if you're Fort Worth, combining those results together, doing what Arkansas hasn't. I mean, Arkansas went out and got a very, very good victory against Brownsville at the start of the season, but then just didn't capitalize off of it.
And they need to capitalize on that, which is the huge thing there. Let's round out this here. CF10 Houston with 0 points, not a win yet, and then Brownsville, bottom sorry, I was about to say Brownsville at the bottom of the standings there.
CF10.
They have a win. Sorry, did I say CF10
yes,
Brownsville?
you did.
Oh, no.
We'll let it go.
Oh, no. All right, CF10 Houston, no wins yet. Brownsville, -1 points. They have a win, but -4 points from the league for not paying their dues.
Yes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's a rough one. I mean, maybe that's what keeps Brownsville out of the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, despite how we feel about them, you'd hate to see it.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, if you're the other teams in this conference, you have to go in and take advantage of that. If you're a team like Fort Worth and Arkansas who are trying to push into that 4th spot, you're looking at them.
You want that.
You want that. You're looking at them and go, okay, we have to capitalize off of this.
Yes, absolutely. And I have a feeling a lot of teams are already capitalizing off of it right now, especially potentially CF10. Sorry, not CF10. West Texas coming into Brownsville. We will see what happens there, of course, because that's top 4 match. That's technically top 4 match if the points reduction wasn't there. So there you have it for the league table. Let's take a look at our starting 11. We don't have that just yet. So disclaimer: we normally have the starting 11 on the stream. We do not have that just yet. That gets released here in about 20 minutes, 5 minutes or so.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
So we have the one for last week
games
on
is
the
on there.
Our bad. We had to do an abridged show today.
A little bit of a bridge show.
I would assume it's going to be more looking like that Brownsville side in terms of game plan going into this. So Arkansas, as I said earlier, it's going to be a war of attrition. I mean, honestly, when you hit that 80th minute, those Arkansas players are going to be exhausted.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be a lot of pace today. I do think Mesfin will start on the right and Diallo on the left, Fabian through the middle. And I think just the big thing is going to be that midfield just going at them, trying to play that war of attrition game and just trying to push through the game. And honestly, I think if we get a goal early and make them have to go chase the game.
Yep.
You know, this is one thing I talked about with CF10 Houston, that Arkansas is probably going to play 11 minutes behind the ball today. Just try to come in here and get a point at least. Maybe nick one on the other side of the play.
Yeah.
But coming in and just trying to get an early goal and set the tone for a goals galore game in front of this raucous home crowd will be absolutely peak for this side today.
Absolutely. And look, Arkansas is tired. Arkansas is playing a lot of stretching their roster thin, but you cannot underestimate an opponent. I know Dustin on the Rockin' pregame show today was saying, hey, we are focusing on our next opponent. We are giving 110% to Arkansas. We are going to be playing them as if they are the champions of the league. We're going to be playing them all the way through the 90th minute until that final whistle blows. We're going to make it work. So either way, do not discount Brownsville. The way you can help, if you're here right now at this tailgate or even online, cheer as loud as you can at this game. All right, we gotta keep this going up because
stay all 90 minutes.
Stay all 90 minutes. Go crazy.
Plus extra time.
Arkansas, they have a field where they set up lawn chairs.
Yeah.
They don't have a very vocal crowd.
Like I promise you, it's like us. You know, this is going to sound like a dig at Oklahoma, but I get it. They're very new. You know, their 7,000 is very different from our 7,000. Yes. You listen to their crowd, and there's just nothing going on.
I don't think they have a supporters group. I'm not 100%.
And so they haven't really started that yet, but we do, and we're sitting right behind that bench today.
Yep.
And Arkansas, if you're listening, you'll hear my voice again.
And you'll hear my voice too. You'll hear both of us again. So
you'll see.
Get used to this.
I think now is the time we announce it. Mozos Pope.
Mozos Pope coming out.
Mozos Pope will be there.
Mozos Pope. Hey man, I think it was Pope Sebastian is what I went with, my papal name.
Yeah.
Patron saint of athletes.
Ooh, okay.
So it makes sense. I tried to get super specific of bull wrangling, of bull riding. No, there's no patron saint of bull riding just yet.
But there is of athletes.
There is of athletes. That general description, that works. So Pope Sebastian will be out today in full force. And we are wearing those sick teal third kits for our home opener.
It makes me really mad I didn't buy one.
Yeah.
Because now I look a little stupid here in the red.
Yeah, because everybody else has red. I've got red. I've got mine in my car, though. So
Peak. But look, they look great, and the players will look great. They're going to look even better when they go score 4 or 5 goals on them wearing them.
Absolutely. Let's move on to that, actually. Let's talk about our score predictions for tonight's game. You said 4 or 5 goals. I saw your tweet, your reply to the Lubbock Matadors.
So that was partly a joke.
I thought it was a joke. That's my big question. So I don't know if it's a joke or not.
So obviously on the pregame show, the coaches show earlier this week, who was it? I'm trying to remember who it was. It might have been Lod Clausen. Yes, it was. I think
it was Clausen, yeah.
It was Clausen. And he said 5-0, so I'm going to back him to back himself. But my Scoreline is going to be 4-1.
4-1, okay.
I think Lubbock is going to come out and play that attacking style game, but I do think Arkansas will nick one. That's just how this game goes sometimes. I would like to keep 3 clean sheets.
Yes, 3 clean sheets would be amazing.
But I do think, especially like Gay playing the way he is, he's in red-hot form. Coming off that right wing, I think he's going to have a day. But the big thing is just can our center backs and our wing backs control him. I mean, he's a very pacey player. Him and number 10 coming through that middle. I mean, you just got to – they like to play these 1-2s in the midfield, and I hope the experience of people like Duvon in the midfield will just slow that down today.
And I believe Duvon absolutely is going to make the starting roster, his starting 11. His leadership, his veteran expertise here. He's also a youth team coach, so I mean –
Yes.
I mean, he's going to be working really, really hard out on the pitch tonight to make sure everything works. You might have seen mine. Mine was 4-0 online, and then I said for the memes 9-0.
9-0. Screw you,
9-0 Brownsville. You're going to cry about that.
Yeah.
But
hey, that would do our goal difference.
Yes, that would be great for our goal difference. Now that I've thought about it, now that I've seen Arkansas play, I've seen them on the back-to-back nights. I'm thinking maybe a 3-0 victory.
Okay.
I think 3-0 would be healthy and good for our guys. I'm just hoping that we unload. We just absolutely unload. This is our only game this week. We are ready and prepared to play here at home. We've got a large crowd. People will be cheering and chanting the entire time. Look, I think we've got a shot at this. Now, I would not be surprised if Arkansas grabs a goal. They are looking like they need these goals to get a difference here. Oh, my goodness, it's Notorious. Hi, Notorious. Hi. There we go.
He's high.
He's high. He's high. Can I get? Wait. Hold on. Can I get him in? Can I get him in? Hold on. No, you can't see him. You can't see him on this camera.
We have the Mr. Man himself coming up. We don't have a mic for you today.
We don't have a mic for you today, but if we can get Notorious back here, that'd be great. How are you doing? Yeah, we'd love to have Notorious. Actually, here. Say hello. Come here.
Say hello. You're about to hear his voice in about an hour?
Yep, we get on the air, I believe, at 7 o'clock. So,
how you feeling coming in today?
I'm feeling great. John's not here today, so we have Duvon's wife stepping in for us. Lexi will
there
be on the
you
call.
go.
She's over there.
You can tell her that the chant that she has wanted for him is getting pulled out tonight. It's
Really?
the Roy Kent chant, but it's modified to be Duvon.
Okay.
So you can tell her it will be sung tonight.
Well, I'll go tell her that right after I wrap up here. No, the energy's good, though, and I'm ready to yell goal a lot tonight.
So
hopefully that's it, right?
While you're here, we're going to get your score prediction for tonight and on some other games tonight. We'll make it quick. I know you're squatting here. I know the knees are old. Okay,
first of all, they are old. Thank you.
What's your score prediction for tonight?
Well, I said on the social media channel 4-1. I like the idea of us, being home, playing in front of the great crowd. Hopefully we get 7,500 tonight, right? That's the goal.
That is the goal.
I don't know. I just feel like there's always one late goal that accidentally just pops in for the opposing team. That's why I went 4-1.
Okay. Yeah, same score as mine. Pretty much the same reasoning. So another big game tonight, Brownsville versus West Texas in Brownsville. What's your score prediction there?
Yeah, Brownsville looking to bounce back. I don't know, man. That's a great game to keep an eye on. And I was looking at the Squatty app getting ready for tonight, and I didn't see that game happening. I thought that was next week. Wow. That's so we'll be keeping an update on that, I guess, throughout the course of the broadcast. I don't know. I feel like a bad announcer, man. I feel like I failed you because I thought it was in a couple of days.
Nope. So you have that one tonight, and then next week you have Arkansas versus CF10 Houston in Arkansas.
You know what? This is a good – I don't know. I'm immediately thinking I like how Coach does. We just actually got done with the press conference.
Yeah.
This sounds horrible. His motto is one game at a time.
You're thinking about
I'm thinking about right now, man.
Hey,
I'm thinking right now, and he's trying to get me, man.
Hey, that's what we're here about. So just in place of John, what would John say for this game?
He's going to tell me to button it up and try to be mature for once. I know that. He is the guy that reins me in on the calls. I can get off the tracks. If this is a train track, I can deviate off the track a lot.
We don't have our X's and O's, but we do have.
We have the Jimmys and Joes tonight. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Hey, and you know what? They sent me a long list of pronunciations. It was a 3-minute long video. Shout out to Thomas for that.
There you go.
I'm going to know everybody's name tonight, guys, and that's big time for game one.
Can you do us one big favor? I'm sure you remember how bad.
Oh, that one was not on that one. Yeah, I went with Guy.
Okay.
I don't know. Guy.
So. Do you remember how bad the Arkansas stream was? You were on our stream.
Yeah, no, there was no stream.
So the bar is very low. The bar is very low compared to that.
We've set a standard with the broadcast.
There's our standard.
Yeah, we have our
standard is somehow our stream is better than theirs. Somehow, but
our standard. We've set the standard here with the Lubbock Matadors as fan groups on the air and everything that we do. The Matadors are the standard, guys, and I love that about this club.
All right.
It's a good day to be great. Let's be great today, huh?
Yes, sir.
Be great.
Awesome.
There you go. There is the big man himself making an appearance.
Absolutely. Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. With that, I think we are.
With that, I mean, look, we've got a large crowd out here tonight. We've got a lot of families, a lot of single folks like myself. We got a lot of people out here tonight. And this tailgate is absolutely packed. Let me.
I mean, we're looking
really
all the way down the street.
We're looking
here.
all the way down. If you can look through this camera, it is all the way down the street. You got people behind us. If you can see behind us, we got some folks behind us having a good time. The vibes are absolutely immaculate, and I believe it's going to be 100% Matadors win tonight. We're going to see. We're going to have to see.
Yeah, I mean, we are.
100-0 from Miss Shelton. 100 from nothing to Miss Shelton.
100-0.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
Arkansas, Arkansas. I don't care. Matadors by 100.
Matadors by 100. Yeah. We know. We gotta make up one real quick. Arkansas. Arkansas.
Okay.
Arkansas tried. Their stream lied. I don't know how many times.
Deep fried.
Get deep fried. Matadors in 5.
Matadors by 100.
Matadors by 5, maybe.
Matadors by 5.
Matadors by 5. Anyway, everybody, look, we're having a great time out here, but we have to get going. We have to pack up this stream in order to march in. So if you're here, give us a holler. We're going to be in the front row.
Come join the Mozos,
Come join the Mozos.
We are going to
have
be
a great
loud
time.
and be at it.
Absolutely. Thank you again to Lubbock Abstract and Tidal for sponsoring the Mozos this season. Thank you guys so much for helping us out. And we will see you guys later on the other side of the show. For Caleb Lester, this is Dylan Wynn. Have a great night, and go Matadors.
Go Matadors.